Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Field of Glory Empires, Rome. We got the island over here under siege. The army did manage to make it through in the end. We did lose a couple of legionnaires, let's be fair. I think I lost a couple of legionnaires. Trying to get through. Wasn't severe enough damage to render the unit incapable of carrying out the siege, so it's not too much of a problem. It should have this many legionnaires instead of the amount it has. Means it's going to be a little bit less effective in the plains. We'll have this fleet come back over, take over garrison duty. We'll push this one up where it gets supply off of both the two places, so that the sieging guy also has a little more production on his landing. So that's the moves over there. You're in position. Regional roads, limes. For the regional, or the limes will free up the building slot that the Roman camp's taking right now. Okay, we want you to catch up with those guys. Sure, we'll have you guys attach as well. These guys never get their Hev Cav. No, well, they didn't, but I'll make do without them. Recruit some Hev Cav. Send over, maybe to catch up with them eventually. And then we lost the light and the medium. For the stack that just deployed here. Yeah, we probably want you to go ahead, try to engage that army. This one actually needs a commander. Best we can get is either a 0-1 or a 1-1 coward. I'd rather actually the 0-1. And we're going to leave it stationary until it gets its cavalry contingent. Then we'll go on the offensive with it. And then you were paving a road. Okay. You have anywhere else we want to send you now that the road's paved? Up here in Italy. That place should get a paved road next, so I'll send you there. And that's regional limes. We had one more turn also to do the paving. Well, let's give the African war elephants some support. Are they get involved in anything? Okay, at this point, I think that's all the armies moved, except for the garrisons in a couple places that can be static. Got no building slot here to fill. 29 culture, that's tempting. Blacksmith would be nice if we got it into tool workshop. Infrastructure buildings do we have? 4. There are some that we would like land expansion wouldn't be bad. Brickworks wouldn't be bad. Wheelmaker wouldn't be bad. Builder Hole wouldn't be bad. A couple different buildings here that wouldn't be bad. Question is, do we sit around waiting for them? And I think the answer is no. Could definitely use more culture. So grabbing the Noble District is not a bad idea. Because they're getting all the bonuses here, right? So 29 culture. 29 culture versus 0.6 decadence is not that bad. Okay, Noble District's finishing in one turn. Got 85 surplus. still finishing 1 turn, which is what we want. Use a loyalty building. That's a decent bank. Could be a better bank, but that's a decent bank. This is a place where we're probably not going to attack, so the watchtower isn't super great here. Could do food as well. That would give us a 3rd food building. Yeah, let's grab the food building. And then here, we're specifically fishing for a decent loyalty building. That is a decent loyalty building. Ooh, it's also the military academy. Which do I want more? The military academy or the loyalty? Probably the military academy. Can we get any welfare bonus? No. We've got welfare capped from other sources. So we would have been 1 short anyway with the loyalty building that was being offered. And that's one of the reasons why we do want the farm. So we're at the point where we can't actually move everyone off of food. And we can't even get the military academy done in 1 turn. It'll be done in 2. Yeah. Not a bad farm. Because it's not a bad farm, we'll go with the farm. $36 on the bank. It will import gold, which is going to get us money elsewhere. Oh no, we already imported gold. That's why it's not. Okay. We imported gold from somewhere already with a different building. Or have we? No, we're just getting the bonus from gold. So we've already got gold in one of the neighboring ones. Probably from a bank as well. We'll still probably do a bank. The Noble District's tempting because it would be the 6th culture building. Not going to fish for it too much because 36 money on a bank. At least it's going to make the other banks better as well. Carnia can probably get 1 guy off of. 2 off. Focus on growth, that's fine. 1 open slot. Spinning mill, 26 money. Would be a little bit better if we had cotton as a bonus. Though I don't think we're in cotton territory, so we would need it in border, so we'd have to get lucky with like a spinning mill cotton next door for the bonus. Again, this is another place where, and in fact, it might be worth actually going for the reroll here. Where if we got a 6th culture building, we'd have access to 2 or 3 culture buildings. The reroll, the best reroll choice here is pick up the Clearwater. It's functionally a reroll. Open building slot here, and we got a scriptorium that's now not under siege, so we can actually make progress, real progress on the scriptorium. 5 infrastructure buildings. Makes it tempting to go to the warehouse. 24 infrastructure? Yeah, definitely. Okay, scriptorial finish. We're not quite there on the warehouse. We can move some more people off of money to get the warehouse a little faster. There we go. How much surplus? 16 surplus. 2 open building slots. Commercial part for the ranged bonus. Yes, please. Oh, that's enough to get the commercial port done, plus an extra, like, 40. Yeah, we'll just call that good. I'm not going to spend too much time chasing after the perfect balance. Oh, you weren't the one that needed building. I must have misclicked. So we don't need loyalty. We're probably actually in a place where, at least temporarily, the guard tower would make sense. Like the guard tower up. That's a decent farm. So I think we'll go to blacksmith to get access to tier 2 commerce. Crank protection up a little bit. By reducing growth first, and then money afterwards if it's not enough. Okay, that's enough. Sardinia. This is a place where we want more loyalty, so we're going to grab the building that provides the loyalty. And then throw enough workers at it to finish it in turn. There we go. Open slot Etna. Culture's tempting. Walls is just basically a re-roll. I wanted something better than the culture. We might want something better than culture here. Yeah, I think I want the culture, so we're gonna go theater. Okay, that's enough to get it done. A little bit of spare, but that'll be fun. 11, lots of new stuff to build. Start building. You don't need the loyalty in this one. Go ahead and take the crafter district as a reroll. It's not the food building we want. Actually, I suppose we could go salt house. This would be a decent salt house. And apparently this is the only health building we can build here. We want more health buildings, so. Sewer. Sewer. So yeah, it's just the Byzantium. Byzantine? Whatever this territory is, that's the rebellious one in the region. Province. Brickworks. Move you to making the construction a little bit better. Not that this is a great place for construction, apparently. Arid steps is not good for building things. Saga, let's calm down a little bit more so we can move a little bit off of culture generation and onto infrastructure. Though we don't have anything to build, I suppose, so I'm going to slam that on. Food and money. I don't suppose that's enough to get to 75? No. Two slots. So there is an argument here. If I want to actually make use of those African elephants, that we might want to do the weapon depot. Which I think is a good argument. We'll go ahead and do it. Because we'll just recruit more in a batch when we find we need more. Decent Garen shop. And we don't desperately need the loyalty here anymore. Yeah, not to say that we won't need it in the future, but not desperately in that situation. An oil mill, but we can import it from places, so that's not super interesting. We don't need the loyalty. Well, actually, we could use the loyalty here, so we'll do the pleasure house. Lots to build here. Lots of not loyal people. We'll take the training ground for the reroll. Can we get up to 50? No. We'll take the wall here. We don't need the loyalty because the loyalty's down from the under pacification. We're just going away in 2 turns. Here we could use the loyalty, but we're not getting offered a loyalty choice. How many slots do I have? 2 spare slots. Okay, so Street Player is not bad if we got 2 spare slots. Okay, and then we're on to the loose ones. The loose ones don't. Probably do the Preceptor House here. In the long run, that will be good. And arguably at this point, we should go on the offensive if we can. Snowy Hill, Snowy Heel, Forest. Okay, we'll march it into here. Go take over the Pythia. Taking the legacy off of people won't be bad. And then we'll push you into this place. Or I suppose the alternative... Actually, this guy will leave here. Quickly dig in the Roman camp. The other one's got the lime done already, so we're just leaving the lime behind to hold the line. That move's working, that move's working. Okay. I think we're good to the troops. Unless I'm missing some troops doing stuff somewhere. Or assigned, yeah, okay. Nope, I think we're good to the troops. Any decisions that we want to do? Could you do naval support? Doesn't look like we need naval support in any of the places, so we won't bother. And we'll go for the, roll the turn. Oh, actually... What's the... No, we lost the recruit local troops. I was about to say recruit local troops might be good on the elephants, but an option. Okay, we see the destruction of the Averni army. Okay, they're sallying out of their fort, which is just a bad day for them. It would have actually probably been better holding the fort longer. Oh, they killed my general. Killed my 2-1 general. Macedonia is attacking there. Ranged phase, fire. (9v5). Okay, it looks like a stall. It isn't, because they got guys to rotate out is not good for us. Ranged fire. Rate only exhausts. 9v5, 9v5. Nope, got a kill. Got 2 kills, so we won the battle, got a pursuit. Got a couple more kills in the pursuit. Our army chasing their army. Range phase. Lots of exhausted frontliners. This is going to go well. Yeah, 9v5. We lost one of our cav because the battlefront was wide enough. We didn't have enough support personnel. We did win the battle. Wasn't decisive. The army is just chased off. They've got 1 guy. There we go. Still in the stable tier. Still got a lot more legacy points than Macedonia. So it's definitely going to come down to if we can bump Macedonia off and stop them from getting legacy points, we can probably mainly act defensively for the rest of the game. Didn't accept our white piece. Didn't accept our white piece. We lost our 2-1. We got a 2-1 to replace our 2-1 at least. Wait, where did I... There, we lost the 2-1. We're going to force a landing, and we did take the island, so these guys can actually move forward. We'll go ahead and acquire another one of the Greek wonders by going into the Temple of Zeus. Our 1-2. Okay, that's... Lost the good general over there. I guess at this point we're just going to take the 1-1. He's not going to be great at sieging, but it's what we got. It's what we got. Okay, you're going to get assigned with chasing the guy then. Hopefully your cavalry will catch up. Actually, no, we're still going to assign you to do the chase. I'm going to assign you to go lay siege. So I'm the guy who's, you know, got an attack bonus and a siege malice to do the attack. And then siege with the other guy, please. Build a port there. Upgrade to limes. We'll hold you hold 1 more turn and then we'll advance. Limes paved road. Oh, we should be able to pave there next, so... assuming we are allowed to pave there, because I don't think, I think it's mountains you're not allowed to pave. I think the hills you're allowed to. Troops moving, troops moving. I think you have stuff to pave? Yes. And then it's moving you over to there. Start working in Africa. Okay. Back to trying to get this region to grow. $39. Okay. Military Academy will finish this turn as long as we invest 100 infrastructure into it. So obviously we don't need to be investing the 900 something we got. Crank up the growth just a little bit. Generally everywhere. Nope, that's about the right amount. So we'll get that military academy done. And then we're waiting on 3 turns of growth before we can get another building in that space. Though it won't be 3 turns until we're at least working on another one in the province, because we'll get another one in that area in a turn. We're going to grab this worship place, because this will... Well... No, I'm not going to do the worship place. Thinking about it, but I decided not to. We'll go brickworks. How much overkill is construction right now? Like, 100 there. About 100 there. It's going to be 100 and something on the brickworks. Okay, so we can save about 100, well, about 300 industry. Sending them to do other stuff. And still get it done on time? Yeah. Don't need the loyalty here, don't want the slave building. Though, at least this one's providing culture, so grab it because it provides culture. Trade center, 72 money. Leave the place under siege, being extra fed, yes. Doing enough to get the trade center done in a turn. No, it's a pretty expensive building. Maybe if we had the last one, we could do it, but because there be siege, it'd not be a thing. 28 money or 18 culture. We're going to do 18 culture. Then we just need one more growth to get access to tier 3 culture buildings. Which overkill is that? A lot. About 80. Wait, we're really at the point where we need like 1? Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we want money to go into the treasury. So contemplate expanding the army some more. The army is always a potentially hungry hippo that wants more money. This is a region we're not super interested in growing because it's not been on the fringe. Though it is a big region, it does offer some strength, especially for construction expansion. Couple building slots. Noble Gardens is just really good at culture. Same time, there is a farm being offered. But no, we want to go up the decadence ratio, so we'll go for culture building. Really strong culture building. We do have people to convert here, so the temple's not a bad idea. The island, kind of a no-brainer at the loyalty building here. It's not a lot of loyalty, but it's going to get us access to some better ones. Go, I think the 12, even though it cost 5 money, I think the 12 is the winner here. To be fair, technically it's costing 15 because we don't have silk. So if we ever figure out how to import silk here, it'll generate money. Alright, that's what we're gonna have to do there. Got an open space in Corsica. And we don't need the loyalty. Probably don't want the dry dock here. Not worth it. Not for other nations, it's probably worth doing the weapons manufacturer. Because the extra equipment will allow you to train the regional troop here. Regional troop is a 6 range attack troop. Not everyone has access to those. We happen to be access to guys with 9, so yeah, we're not going to bother with the weapon maker here. We are going to still put something in that slot, probably, just not that building. Not too worried about the, there's our food ranch. Single nearby building would be worth 4, but we're better off importing the cattle to make leather to get that +4. So I think this is a reroll, which means we really don't need the infrastructure right now. Oh, are you in the position we can get to 75? We can. Okay. Sicilia here, we can get a couple guys. Something else? Nothing to build though, so. Taxes and food, please. Do we need those guys in food? I don't think so. Oh, and now we're back to needing some on food. Okay. Okay, everyone's fed now. Loyalty is 75 or above in the province. And what else they got dedicated to making food? They're making money. So if we're desperate, we can just leave that one alone for a while. Don't need the loyalty. Trading tents at least 15 currency. The best third agriculture building here is going to be the orchard. Oh, and in this case, because it's arid, we're kind of forced into, if we're building health buildings, it's all the base health buildings for tier 1, all the base health buildings for tier 2. Which does kind of defeat a lot of the purpose of trying to get up to 3, I suppose. We're not that desperate for the siegers that comes with the physician house. So yeah, we'll probably do the training tents then. Who'd guess? Deserts are not the best place to be building massive cities. Okay, Monument's gonna get finished in a turn. And we get enough loyalty everywhere that we don't have revolt risk. And minimize the civil war risk as much as possible. Oh, this is right on no man's land. But you are seeing that as we populate the areas next to no man's land does turn into places you can conquer. So in this case, we're probably better off leaving that being olive oil, so we can import the olive oil. And Harcourt, because settled oases only hang around if you are Egyptian or Deseret culture. And we are neither. We are Roman. So we just show up and just destroy the oasis because we're Roman. Apparently we don't know how to take care of it or something. Too far away to import the preceptor house, so we'll take the training ground instead. We've got 2 open slots here. Might be a little bit tempting because the places we can import the cattle from are all foreign at the moment, but not too worried about it. Do the port upgrade. Four open slots. Making something grab tier 2 road when the army guy comes around. You could use another loyalty building. You're not being offered one. Toss up between courthouse here and farm. I think we're going to go to courthouse. And because it was a farm upgrade, it was a 0 slot farm, so that's what made the farm upgrade in competition. Yes, if we had coral, we don't have coral. Too far away from a coral source right now. Could do garum shop. Would be a little bit better if we had fish. Probably do the brickworks. We don't have stone yet, but we'll probably get stone either next door natively or we'll import it for one of the construction ones. I think it's the one of the tier 2 ones. One of the tier 2 infrastructure buildings imports stone. Okay, and we're down to the individuals again. Okay, this is going to take forever to build. Go ahead and build it. You can get a military academy done there. You can have a military academy. I'm not going to complain. Oh, we got enough of Greece. We can make a province over here. We want it to be the 22... Oh, yeah, it probably should be the 42. Make you the province capital. I'm surprised with all the buildings here that it actually isn't positive loyalty, because we've got things like a racing track here to plus 40 loyalty. Yeah, war control. Oh, so there's like minus 60 unrest here. That's fair. And, oh, well, 42 people is just rebellious to start with, I suppose. Build a tavern there. And here, yeah, probably build the tribune. As you leave Rome Camp Regional Road. These guys building the limes. We've got a landing party going. Okay. Yeah, we'll give you one more turn before we march you out, just to make sure the limes are done and we don't have some... We were having some weird effects when we were in Carthage where I think the turn that you build the building, it doesn't count for walls or something like that, so they were just able to just walk in and take the building, take the place immediately. And we've been around here. Okay, so I think it's time to cycle that turn. See how our military campaigns go before we end the part in the stream. Making slow, grinding progress against the Macedonians. Skirmish. Most of their front lines exhausted, though ours isn't super great either. 9v5. So at least this time we've got the Navy in position to protect the Army during the boating action, so the Army is safe. I think they're sallying... Oh no, we're defending. Defending in the hills. We're defending in the forest here. So skirmish. Reasonable amount of exhausted guys in the front line. A bit balanced here, so this may not go our way. Though we got a lucky roll there. Got a lucky roll that gave us victory. So pursuit. I think a couple guys died in the retreat. Yeah, we managed to get like 3 of their guys in exchange. We're just holding the line. Skirmish. Their whole... Pretty much the whole battle formation is exhausted. Attack, attack, attack. And this is a sally from the fort, so they basically just doom the fort. Okay, siege is in position. Enemy field army over there is destroyed, so if we move quickly enough, we can basically take most of their territory before they can reconstitute a new army. They are proposing peace. Are they proposing that I am humiliated again? No, they're just proposing that I just pay the money. Unlike humiliation, fine, you can have your money. That's not even a full turn of money. Change recruitment policy. Just let them go. Gather mercenaries. I think the answer here is going to be no. Save up to 10 units of your capital. Drawn from a pool of units from neighboring tribes to recruit. You know, we'll see what they give us. Not expecting anything stupendous. And yeah, I think that is where we're going to go ahead and put the end of this part and this stream. With the end of Factorio, I'm transitioning from a 5-game, 5-part, 5-day cycle streaming cycle to a 4-game, 4-day cycle. So I'm only recording 4 parts every stream at this point. If you're watching on YouTube, that probably doesn't affect you, because it's going to be the same. Well, it affects you in that there'll be one less game. But if you're watching for a particular game, like you're watching for Field of Glory's Empire, it won't affect you because you'll still get the same number of parts every day, which is 1 part a day. Going sort of overview-wise, we're probably, other than the fact this guy needs some calf, we're going to start just taking these guys out. In fact, they got some unfortified stuff, so like that's going to fall in like 1 turn, that's going to fall in like 1 turn. And then we're going to be down to sieging the last 3 places. Some of these places are probably weak enough we can just storm them. Really wanted to be super aggressive. And then Macedon it's going to be a grinding offensive, because we're basically on the constant paranoid about being attacked by the enemy doom stack they've got here. They've got 148 guys, strong army just sitting menacingly off the side of us, with another 53 one here. Their generals aren't the best, but ours aren't either. And it's actually in a weird, awkward position where most of our generals are actually better at defending. So we want to sort of get on the objective and just hold until they come to poke us, to drive them off and take them down by attrition. Which is an interesting thing and not usually the way I play. That coupled with the fact that our armies are very good at skirmishing with their range attack, means that actually in a stand-up fight, we're probably not better than them. Before you count for the range attack exhausting their troops. So it would be a gamble going on offensives in various places. Would be really cool if we could cash that land army out at sea, like we got our land army caught at sea, but they're unlikely to do that because we're on the attack against them. Okay. Progress decadence-wise, we've not been able to keep our culture ratio to decadence as high as we once were, as national modifiers and age penalties sort of start stacking up on us. So as a side effect, we're finding it harder and harder to stay glorious, per se. Legacy-wise, we are, I think, the first in every category. Oh, we're actually second in government. Persia has a 30. For whatever reason. We're getting 27 legacy from 21 buildings. Macedonia is in second with 15. And to be fair, there's a couple of theirs that if the war keeps going well, we can take a couple of wonders off of them and we'll move legacy from their wonders to our wonders. Objectives, we control... Well, we don't quite control 28. We control 21. And then we're threatening a 22nd one. As the game goes on and the culture in our provinces goes up, we get more and more cultured provinces with higher breakpoints. We get more legacy from them. We're currently getting the most in this category out of all the civs, with Macedonia being in second. And again, that's one of the things where as we carry out the war against Macedon, we're going to be transferring those provinces to us. Oops. We have the most legacy, and we have the most legacy income, with actually double Macedonia. And way more than double everyone else. So it's definitely a situation where if we can bump Macedonia off so they stop gaining legacy, we'll quickly rocket off to a place where we're winning. Just objectively winning. And we won't... If everything goes well, we won't have to play this out to 500 turns. It will win earlier than that. But yeah. At the moment, we're winning. We're just not winning hard enough. We're going to work on that. in future parts. But for now, that's where we're going to go and leave it. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. Because it should be a part up tomorrow. Unless something happens, there should be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, as I said earlier, we're on a 4-game 4-day streaming cycle. So this will come up again in 4 days instead of 5 days. Tomorrow will be European Cells 4. The day after that will be Long Dark. The day after that will be Shadow Empire. And then the day after that will be the return of this game. And we'll see how the balance of sort of my energy is going. Maybe at that point we might start contemplating adding another game in. Or maybe we might finish one of the other games. Shadow Empire... I think when Shadow Empire does the final move to victory will be real quick. And European Cells 4... Well, going down to 4 parts is going to make it a little bit slower, but we're getting closer to running out of enemies. So, spoilers, America was a bit scary in the last war, and I suspect they will be scary in future wars as well. So they're going to be the big bad at the end of the Kill Ottoman game is America, of all places. So with that, until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, regardless of which game or stream it is. And with that, bye for now.